Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. Wheel of Time season 2 looks spectacular. Wheel of Time 2 is like it's incredibly diverse with like a lot of influence from different cultures and societies. Can you talk about your approach to designing costumes that kind of like infuse the diverseness and the culture meshing of so many different cultures and influences?
I mean, the Wheel of Time is a bit of a gift for a costume designer because it has so many different levels of interest. As you said, there's the cultural mixes. So, for example, Kyrene is a mix of French and Japanese. The Shanshan is a mix of Mesoamerican and Imperial Chinese. So, already just start with that, and you've already got something very interesting going on, and mixing it up and making it your own. And then you also have, like the being able to choose from different time periods, throw that in. It's very liberating to have that much sort of freedom. But then there's the constraint of everything feeling that it should be pre-industrial revolution. So it needs to feel like it's really made, handmade, not, kind of high sort of modern technology. And so you have like an enormous amount of freedom and then some constraints. And then you have the script. And then you have the books. Obviously, that's all backwards because the books comes first. But, the books have so much information in them that Robert Jordan was very keen on, like writing very detailed descriptions of cultures, which is another element that you can bring in and adds to that sort of richness of the whole experience of designing. And then you start talking to the showrunner, then you start talking to the director and the actor and your team, and everybody brings something to the table. And then I have, my own little bit of humble research where I might add something else, throw something in there. And it just creates this very sort of varied, exciting, dynamic mix, which I really appreciate you saying that it's very textured and it's very interesting because color is important to me, textiles are important to me, authenticity is important to me, and all of these things are part of what I hope is the Wheel of Time season 2.
It definitely is. It's something about it. It's I like I would want to wear something like a modernized version on like a red carpet. It looks like the way it just pops on screen is really really awesome.
I hope
My next question
some of
is
the
for
red
Davina. Oh, sorry,
I
sorry.
said, I hope we sit on some of the red carpets. It's great.
Hopefully, one day. Characters go through so many, like there's, they have physical journeys, of course, but emotional journeys. And like knowing I was doing this interview, I was paying a lot of attention to like how you can tell where they are or where they're going or what they just came from, with their, especially for me, like something I don't pay much attention to till recently was the hair. And I
Yeah.
was wondering if you could talk a bit about the process of like having a style and then kind of like its journey throughout the season and like crafting
Yeah.
it to that.
Sure. It was, when I started the show, we got the opportunity to change a lot of the characters and for the characters to grow within the series as well. So, the young adults, well, we would say in kids, but really the young adults, and they're growing, all the lead actors are growing within all the episodes and all the books going forward. So, with Perrin, I got to develop his arc of, the seasons to come as well, because I wanted to start him in season 2 with his hair being longer, as we go forward, those that know where his arc goes and his journey will know probably where eventually he's going to head to. So for me, having this look for him was really important. And I deal with a lot of wigs on the show, and I have a repertoire of, over 400 wigs in my department, and it's a huge, huge department and a huge team. And so for me to be able to, develop each and every character with the look of, in the White Tower, you have the Aes Sedai that are more either avant-garde or the high fashion. And then when they come out of the White Tower, they go into more of a traveling look. So it's having different looks for each and every one of those characters as they head off into their own journeys.
Speaking about the judge and like the future arcs, Wheel of Time is very known for like its symbolism. How has that inspired and like kind of woven its way into both of your works, like with designing like the hair and the costumes?
Oh, I mean, it's all part of the rich tapestry that is the source material, you know. I mean, I think that it is kind of mystical and grounded at the same time, and we try to absolutely incorporate any of those elements into everything that we do, in terms of, you know, really referencing, really reading the information and bringing it in. And sometimes things happen by accident, actually. You know, you're kind of developing a costume and something comes onto your radar. And I actually can't think of an example, sorry.
No
But
worries.
it's kind of like, wow, that was meant to happen. That was meant to be part of this this character's design, or, you know, this culture. And those kind of moments are just so exciting because you know, we are working with a really original text here, and it's not your normal run-of-the-mill storyline, and we are just embracing it, you know, and running with it each time.
And I also love the fact that, you know, we can, you know, we may not get to see the actor until the fittings start, and so therefore we've got a certain look that I want to try on them, and I'll have maybe between 6 to 10 different wig styles that and colors of wigs that I want to try on every single character that comes through. And I kind of love the chase, or the you know, just trying to develop and trying to find this character and what I think is going to work, and then all of a sudden you do this fitting, you're like, no way, you just throw it out the door, you got to start again. And I love that feeling of the development of every single one, because we are taking the time and the effort to find it. And it's not, I'd never say this will do or this or whatever in my department. I really want to find them and find, you know, that the fan base are also happy with what I have tried to achieve and what we've tried to do within our departments. It's really important.
It's a very collaborative experience between us, and we often do costume and hair and makeup fittings together so that we can, with the actor as well, you know, like we're all on the same page. This is right, this is working, this is honoring the character, etc.
Yeah, and it's a tweak every now and then, or it's a full, you know, it's a full start from the beginning, and it's fun.
Yeah,
it's an adrenaline rush, especially when they're on camera in like 2 days. It's an adrenaline rush, but those are the most exciting times because it happens all the time. It's not, you know, the cast is so big, so you know, you've got to find new and exciting styles every single time. And when you have a cast of, you know, 250, that's a lot of designs to keep moving forward through, you know, season 2, season 3, season 4, and you're finding new hairstyles and new looks. It's rewarding is what it is.
It's awesome to see, and it's like, you know, seeing the story play out with each, especially Moraine's character, like her is where I start to really notice like kind of like the character being told through, you know, her look too as well, you know, on top of Rosamund's performance. But like, yeah, I can't wait for everyone to see season 2.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, she really goes on a journey in this
Yeah.
season, and it was really great to you know, to keep experimenting with her costumes and moving things on each time, because Rosamund loves her costume. She is very invested in costume and hair and makeup. And that's a joy. Like, that's a real privilege for us as, you know, mere worker ants, to be able to sort of supply that and watch that happening on screen. It's great.
And for her to ask us questions, why are we thinking this, and why do we want to do this with her hair or her makeup, and, you know, and with her costume as well. And so it's an invested interest in, you know, and collaborative, you know, all around. So it's nice.
It's amazing to see. That's my time. Thank you so much for answering my questions today and taking the time to meet with me. Can't wait for everyone to see Wheel of Time season 2.
Fabulous.
Likewise.